Hello, welcome to this episode. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Welcome to this episode of me and my brother talking about COVID and how we dealt with quarantine. What did we do in quarantine in the pandemic? It was boring. It felt like I was doing nothing, and there was not anything really to do.
It was kind of boring, nothing really much to do. At least I thought it would be fun because we got to play a lot and stay home, but then I thought wrong, and then it got very boring and we never knew what to do.
How you felt in quarantine? I felt I was distancing myself from everybody and wasn't able to talk to them.
I really much didn't get to talk to many of my friends because none of my friends knew what was going on and what the COVID was in third grade. In fourth grade, then we knew what the COVID was and we learned more about it, and we were forced to wear a mask, which we didn't want to.
Yeah, and it really did suck that time. But it felt sad that we weren't able to really say bye to our friends and other stuff.
At least I got to say bye to my friends in fourth grade, especially when I was going to leave to go to fifth grade.
Yeah. Well, how schools were affected. Schools went into remote learning for weeks and a couple of times. Everybody had to wear a mask, and we all had to be distanced.
For us, we had to wear a mask for a while, but soon the teachers did not care and that we got to get free from the mask and don't wear our mask.
Now, that's pretty lucky. Our whole year, we had to wear masks like the whole time.
Yeah, we were pretty lucky. I was so happy not to wear the mask. Even sometimes, I don't know why, but sometimes I'd like to wear a mask for no reason, but I knew it wasn't right to wear a mask because I didn't want to, and usually we get forced to wear a mask.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be a requirement either way. Because it's not right to be forcing anybody to just wear something. That's just kind of wrong. So let's talk about how COVID made us distance from people and how it's kind of hard to make friends.
Well, it usually, since I'm still in the same school right now, meaning that sometimes I can still talk to my other friends.
For me, well, since this is my first year in sixth grade, I lost some of my friends and didn't really able to say bye to them, and I don't really talk to anybody. I feel like I don't want to. Some people, I heard people call me a quiet kid, but I'm not. I can talk.
For me, when I first got into fourth grade, I got to talk to a lot of people. Soon, when there was these two new kids, soon people stopped to talk to me.
Yeah, I felt like it really did distance us from other people. So let's talk about how there's this theory if you get COVID once, you'll basically be immune to it. Of course, we're not for sure, but I do have a story. So our parents, they are both nurses, alright? And they deal with COVID patients, obviously. So they obviously had to at least get COVID once. And my parents did say, yeah, we did get sick one time this year. And later then they haven't got sick ever again, really. And they said that when they did get sick, they had the same symptoms as it. Now that's kind of strange because Then after it, then they never got COVID ever again, even though they deal with a lot of COVID patients and the COVID patients start coughing on them and other stuff. So that's kind of strange how that works. Let's move on to what vacations we were able to do in the summer. We went to Panama, Florida, and we played at the beach. And my brother and I found hermit crabs, and there were a lot in the ocean. And luckily, I found a big hermit crab.
Yeah, I didn't find anything. I at that time I didn't have enough luck right now. But I actually do have a story that how before COVID even started. Well, mostly I I got very sick. I don't know what was going on. Like I would heat up randomly, even though I was wearing my like I would wear not a shirt, and then I would be heating up. I was so warm. I was
Like
getting,
sweating or something?
it was something like that, but it was very hot.
So, like more hotter than getting a fever?
Well, I don't know, but like it felt like that, and then I started to sneeze a lot, and I had to stay home.
Oh, really? I did not remember you having that.
Yeah, it happened. You were actually, I think you were at school that time
Hmm. Yeah, probably.
because I was like not good, and they said that I probably got allergic to the cats, which that wouldn't be possible somehow.
But yeah, I feel like that vacation that we went to Florida and Panama was the most fun we even had that summer. Meanwhile, this summer we're going to South Dakota and then Texas, which hopefully that should be fun. I'm excited for that. It should be like next week after this.
I hope they have a beach there.
I'm not sure about South Dakota, but I know Texas does. I don't know how clear the beaches are, but let's move on. But I'm just hoping that they don't make us require vaccines, even if it works or doesn't, because it doesn't feel right to have a vaccine to be required. It's our choice what we do for our body. I'm not against vaccines. I'm just saying that it shouldn't be required, especially when traveling. And we are not sure where COVID came from, but we do know it was from China, and I believe you don't have to believe what I believe that COVID might have come from a lab in China called the Wuhan lab, but you can believe whatever you want. COVID is a weird virus. Who knows whether it's been created from us or it's just naturally. Let's move on for now from our theories. COVID has affected everyone either by making people isolated, not being able to see anybody, and schools having to do remote learning. What's your thoughts on remote learning, Kipton?
I remote learning was I didn't very much like it. It was boring, but I was doing so bad that the teachers were getting so mad that I should stop playing that I started to have the next time it would happen, which did happen. I worked so hard that I actually got it.
Yeah, it felt like it was hard doing remote learning because, for example, say it's your lunchtime at your house, like every day you have a specific time for lunch, and then you're gonna Google Meet. Then you have to have your camera off, obviously. But if you have it on, then like because the teacher makes you, then like you have to get out of the camera and then start eating your food. It's kind of weird. Yeah, thing to do.
Yeah, that actually happened to me, but when we would have math class around 11 where we would or like 1 where we eat, and what I would do, she would pop out math things, and she makes us turn off our camera, which is good.
Hmm. Yeah, I usually kept my camera off for the whole time. The only class I really had to have my camera on was just for my PE/health period. I'm just now happy that everything's turning back to normal. Mask requirements are going away. Anyways, I think our guest might have some questions. Do you have any questions or anything to say?
when there was a vaccine, I'm not like saying that I'm like against it, but I'm just saying that he's right that we choose what we want to do, like keep our body healthy and all that.
Yeah, like it's our choice. We can do whatever we want. It's our bodies, and it goes for the same for you, all of us, all of you guys, all of basically everyone. It's our choice. We shouldn't be forced to do anything. It's just really wrong.
Mostly, what did you think about the remote learning?
The remote learning, I really did not like it. It was just terrible. For example, in PE slash health, I had to go downstairs and actually having to do the workout stuff for our class, and that was pretty annoying.
For me, it is mostly the best. One time, the teachers are like very nice when remote learning comes, but the only thing I didn't do was PE because they would make you do push-ups and all this, and I'm like, I'm skipping this, so I did that. They don't.
You skipped some of your classes?
The only ones I skipped was we didn't have. Well, I think it was. No, we didn't do art, but it was PE, music, and I did one more library. I think we did. No, we couldn't do library.
I skipped some classes too. I skipped my industrial class because I just didn't like it. I mean, it was really, really cool, but like we had to watch videos and then explain it all, and I literally did not get anything that was happening, so I skipped those and I got in trouble.
Oh yeah, mine was mostly even funner because in my favorite class was science. Science was mostly looked so hard because you had to go on each page and research, like what about this and all this, and ask questions when you get to the end. So what I mostly just did that. The first thing I did was that.
Oh, so you did some research. Interesting. What did you research?
Mostly it was mostly about rocks and yeah, it was just rocks.
Oh, sedimentary and those other stuff. That's interesting. Well, that's nice to hear. My science was boring. I did not like it. It was just weird. I don't like it. It was just.
The hardest one was literacy, which is my kind of reading class, which is really hard because she had a baby that she had to carry and do that, so it was even harder for her, and she had to make like videos and then send it to us.
Oh, is it that one teacher named Miss Graves or Miss Fazio or whatever?
It's Miss Graves.
When I was back in first grade at that school, she was called Miss Fazio.
Oh, really?
Yep, I bet you did not know that.
I did not.
Yep. Any more questions?
Well, mostly math I thought was gonna be like very, very hard, but it was really easy. She made it very easy for us, and she said that I was a rock star when I got back.
I never got math. Like, we were doing algebra and other stuff. I did not get it, so I didn't really care for math.
Oh, I liked math. It was mostly my favorite thing to do in school, but usually math would take long, and plus since I'm going to 5th grade, I know that it's gonna take even harder and work.
Well, anything you want to say before we end this episode?
I hope you guys stay safe and don't really get this COVID. Just don't get. I don't want you to get sick or anything.
Yep. Just stay safe. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And see you guys later. Bye.
This podcast is produced by Create at Morgan. All content is created, written, edited, and produced by students and staff of Morgan County School District RE3. We are located at the Alternative High School Education Campus in Fort Morgan, Colorado. You can find us online at createatmorgan.org, email us at adelayedteacher@gmail.com, or follow us on Twitter at createatmorgan. Thank you for tuning in to our podcasts.